Breaking news. Why Biya will not leave power through votes. On each presidential election, the hopes of the Cameroonians to see Biya announce the good news of his non-representation are collapsing. But every election comes and goes and we still do not learn anything. Yet, you do not have to be a witch to know that Biya is the CPDM's life candidate, having decided to die in power like Bongo, Ayadema, etc. To be a candidate implies that he has already won, that he has taken the decision to return to power by all means, that is to say that of the electoral coup d'état and the repression that the accompanied. Therefore, one wonders, this time again, where is the powerful front or main oppositions, to counter this scenario? Where is this electoral machine that would be crisscrossing the country and neighborhoods, to push Cameroonians' massive registration on the electoral lists, in order to beat Biya in the polls? But especially to mobilize them to prepare them to eventually defend their victory, by means of a popular insurrection for example? There are indeed two battles to prepare, the victory in the ballot box and its possible defense against any electoral coup. How to understand at the moment the frenetic race for the declaration of worthless candidatures nor any consequent strategy behind. Even the most respectable and credible of these candidates, Muna, etc., are only candidates for defeat, if nothing is done. Do not last in power who wants but who can. This implies that to release from this power and send definitively to retirement, the arrogant author of these remarks, it would be necessary to be equipped with a solid organization and means to the height of the challenges. This presidential election of 2018 could have been an opportunity to turn a page peacefully and open a new one, that of the reconciliation of Cameroonians and the rebirth of the country. Who can still dream that maintaining Biya in power can improve the situation of our country? Or that it is beyond his 36th year of presidency that he will be inspired to produce a miracle? He who confiscated the solution of the English-speaking problem by radicalizing to secessionism some of our fellow citizens of the Northwest and Southwest, by a policy of refusal of inclusive dialogue, including in the National Assembly, and bloody repression? Is it necessary to recall that since at least 1990, the owner of Cameroon systematically rejects and despises any proposal to return to federalism, as well as calls for effective decentralization? Contrary to the cries of external conspiracy, ineptitude, and pollution of minds organized by a certain, Africa, media of Pan-African fraud. Here is, in this case, a conspiracy only that of a suicidal policy, led by a certain caste who does not want to let go of any power and privileges. Except to believe that Western exogenous forces have banned Cameroonians' national dialogue inclusive and prescribed instead, a hate speech of the other, spread on some media. So, to all those who play to declare folk nominations, I would just like them to be informed that Cameroon is a deeply rooted dictatorship. The solitary adventures with no tomorrow are only the allies, unconscious, of an interminable dictatorship. To the others, I say that the boycott settles rather its tranquility. Because the renunciation or the inaction never worried any dictator, Mugabe, Kumbar, Yahya Jammeh and co. would still be in business. Also, a general mobilization across the country of all parties, SDF, UDC, MRC, UPC, or any fraction of the CPDM that would like it, around Mimuna is indispensable, for the purposes of massive listings on the lists, elections and preparations, in the perspective of an electoral coup d'état. But why Muna? No one is of course perfect, this personality appears objectively and very clearly.